So over the past week, I have been having some issues with my microphone and my recordings, stuff like that. And I think I solved the problem. So this week's videos are very, very delayed, but we are gonna try our best. Hi everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly figure roundup. That's right, this is a time of the week where I bring you in, show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles that I highlighted on the channel over the previous week using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across multiple social media platforms. Now, as you may have noticed, this video is dropping a lot later than it usually is, and that is because, as I said at the beginning of the video, I had some major audio issues over the past week. So I think I've got things ironed out, so we're gonna power through it, we're gonna see what we get, and hopefully the audio comes out fine. Now, this week I had some absolute amazing figures to close out spooky season and the Halloween week. So we ran into the week of Halloween this week, and of course Halloween night, and one more day after Halloween. So I did go with the spooky to the cosplay, and I pretty much stuck the landing, I think, this week. But there was one piece I did absolutely forget to highlight, and that was a big mistake on my part. I'll get into that in a second. But as you see here, I did have 5 pieces ranging from prize figures to Kotobukiya Bishoujo. And they are all incredible pieces. Now, the one figure I did forget to post was my Ash Williams Evil Dead Dynamic Forces statue. People love when I post that one. It's based off the artwork by J. Scott Campbell, but I did include him in another video that I uploaded last week. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk a little bit about all these figures and take a look at them. So to start off the week, because I could not find my Halloween Miku, and I did find it now, of course, we went with a costumed Miku in, of course, her cat girl, quote-unquote, costume from Project Diva, the video games. Now, this one is obviously an older figure by Sega, and she just looks phenomenal, and I consider it her cosplay for Halloween. She's got the cat ears, she's got the big old kitty gloves, she's got the baggy pants, the tail. It's all there, and it does look like something you'd get either at the Halloween store or just a cosplayer would just create for themselves for Halloween. Amazing, amazing piece. And again, she's an older one who is getting a re-release as well. So if you are looking to get this one and you can't find it for a decent price, do wait or lock in a pre-order because it is coming back in 2025. Now for Twin Tuesday, I went with the companion piece to last week's ROM with the Angel costume Rem. Now again, just like the ROM last week with her devil outfit, this looks like the slutty angel costume that you see a bunch of girls out on the streets during Halloween time or at parties during Halloween time or just at Comic-Con after parties, just kind of rocking out, looking like they're having a good time. And the costume is great. I absolutely adore it, and I do appreciate that their hands lock together to look like one cohesive piece. It is something I do want to see more of in our prize figures that are set up as pairs, duos, trios, whatever, is to at least have parts of them interlock or maybe the bases interlock so they're a lot easier to display. This duo right here doesn't have interlocking bases, but again, their hands do go together to show like they're two sides of the same coin, essentially. Love it, and I highly recommend it. She is also getting a reprint as well. Now for Waifu Wednesday, I had to go to one of my classics for Halloween season. Of course, back to the Kotobukiya Bishoujo with the female version of Edward Scissorhands. One of the older Bishoujos and still one of my favorites. I know I say that with a lot of these horror Bishoujo, but they have all been so damn impressive. one after another, and they just continue to keep impressing me. It is the one line that is pretty much high 9s out of 10 in the Bishoujo line, and there's only one that kind of dips out, which I did review a couple weeks ago on the channel. But the Edward Scissorhands Bishoujo is absolutely amazing. She's got the raver girl, kind of goth girl look to her. You can tell it's Edward Scissorhands. They got the face painted a little bit. Of course, the Scissorhands. And the outfit, even though is way more revealing than what Edward wore in the movies, does keep that stylistic tone to it. And she is just an absolute beauty. Even just the simple base we have with the bumpy snow, which is textured on top of the kind of road or the deck-like base. Absolutely banger, and I appreciate that Kotobukiya did go the extra mile and make the snow textured and not just printed onto the base. Not a huge thing, but it is a detail that can be very appreciated. And that leads me into that time I got reincarnated Thursday, which I put up a girl who is always extremely popular on the channel. For somebody who has not had a lot of feature in the series yet, as far as the anime side goes, of course, it's the girl herself, Miss Violet. Now, I won't spoil anything about who she is, what her involvement in the series is, but she's basically one of the primordials. She's called the Purple Primordial, and she has, we'll just say, she has involvements with Diablo and that sort of characters. I won't really get too far into it, but she is featured in the movie, the most recent Slime movie, and she has her own little part to play in the series as it goes forward. So again, I can't spoil much because I am further, obviously, in the manga, but she's a really cool character, and I'm glad to see us get some really great figures. This one is actually a Banpresto prize figure, so she's very cheap, and she's part of the 10th anniversary of Reincarnated the Slime series. Absolutely adore it. I love the little skull she's kind of stepping on. It gives the Halloween-y kind of spooky vibe, and that's why I used her over someone like Diablo, who I pretty much use every spooky season. And to close out the week, I went with a banger. This here is one I unboxed on the channel years ago when I was kind of just figuring things out. I mean, I'm still figuring things out, but hey, that's another thing. This is the Hellraiser Pinhead Bishoujo by Kotobukiya. Now, I know there's been a female Pinhead, so it's not exactly a gender swap. So it's actually pretty cool because it's a Kotobukiya that isn't a horror gender swap. This is one of, and I know I said that about Edward Scissorhands too, but she is one of the most dynamic. I was going to say best, but she is one of the most dynamic out of all of the horror Bishoujo. And it was nerve-wracking with her because of the way she attaches to this base. It is not the most thick base. It's more of a vertical base than a horizontal base. And it makes it very frightening to if she is going to topple over or not. But she doesn't. She's actually pretty sturdy. And it is just filled with so much detail. From the inside of the puzzle box in this base to even the outside of the box of the base, down to all the little tiny pins inside of her, and even the details in the little puzzle box she's holding. All the clips, the clamps, everything is just so well detailed for this one. And I cannot stress enough just how damn good she is. It's one of my tops in the Bishoujo horror line, and it might be one of my tops just in the Bishoujo in general, based off just the amount of sheer detail alone in this thing. She is an absolutely fantastic piece, and if you didn't watch my review, I'll say it now, I highly recommend her. And that's going to be it for the look at the figures this past week. Now, as always, I take a favorite out of my higher end stuff and out of the lower end stuff. And this week, it is a tough one because I've got two of my best in the horror line going head to head. And it is a tough one because Edward Scissorhands has a special, special spot for me in my heart. She is really what just made me want to get all the horror Bishoujo. I loved it, and it's just got, again, a special place for me here. But based just on the sculpt, the details alone, I've got to give it to Pinhead this time. She is going to be my top for the week for the higher end stuff. Now, as far as the lower end stuff, which is prize figures, things like that, I already got my choice, and it's my girl, Hatsune Miku. It's been a while since I've given her my pick of the week, but this kitty costume was actually one of my most used in the Project Diva games. So having it in a statue or figure format is absolutely amazing. And Sega killed it with this one. She's a very affordable, low price figure, high end quality. And again, I absolutely adore her. But those were my picks for the week, guys. Let me know what you guys like the best in the comments down below, and if there are any other types of figures or themes you'd like me to do in the weeks to come. Now to the boring stuff. We're going to go into some page updates. So, as you guys may or may not know, I had some issues with my mic, which I still presently might be having as well. But it did delay a lot of my recording and my posting. So I did only get around to doing a catch-up video from the previous week. And then I did an unboxing on Halloween of the incredible Hot Topic exclusive Ash Williams Bishoujo by, of course, Kotobukiya. And I loved it. It's called the Bloody Blood Splatter version, and it is such a cool piece. If you have not checked it out, do me a favor, hop on over after this, watch the unboxing, check out the review, see for yourself. And I also did a bunch of live streaming. Sunday, I did a double duty live stream of course, the amazing Metaphor ReFantazio. Did a longer stream in the daytime and a shorter stream at night. Absolutely love this game, guys. It has been such a blast to play it on stream and chat with everybody who comes in and kind of has fun with me while playing the game. Now, as far as this week goes, again, I have been kind of delaying things because I've been waiting for a new microphone, which I still have not gotten yet. It got delayed another week and a half. So a friend of mine tinkered with my mic, and hopefully it works properly now. Fingers crossed. But if it does work, I'm just going to end up canceling the new mic that I got coming in the mail because it's been delayed by a week and a half. I have not posted a lot of content this week, but I have done some live streaming. So again, I'm starting to lean more into some live streams, gaming streams, because I'm just having a lot of fun doing it. You know, talking about the game, talking to people as they come into chat about the game, and about gaming in general. I know the other day when I streamed, it was, of course, the day after the election. So there was a lot of drama, a lot of tension. And yeah, I just wanted to game and have some fun. So I told people, if you come in to stream, just keep your politics at the door and let's just have fun. Let's talk about video games. Let's talk about nerd stuff. Leave all that stuff at the door. And that's kind of the way I look at things. I don't bring my politics into my channel, and I don't really need anyone else doing it either. So, as I always say, if you're into the nerd stuff, we like the same stuff, you're into any kind of this stuff, guess what? You're welcome here. Don't care. Don't judge you. Like what you like. Do what you want. I don't care. And that's going to be all my political view going forward. So, that's really it, guys. And I know it's kind of a slow 2 weeks because of this piece of crap. But hopefully by next week, things get back into it. I do have a large piece to unbox, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. If you all saw, I got that big old box from Sideshow Collectibles of the Sultana. aka Jasmine statue, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I might have to put a table here to the side so I can put the box here while I'm unboxing it, but we'll see how it turns out. I want to try to get that one done next week. So, not sure what else I've got coming in for the next week. I might try to do a couple of reviews, like late in the year reviews of things like Unicorn Overlord and stuff like that, because people have actually been asking me about it. People have checked out a couple of my VODs and said, this game looks really awesome. How come you haven't talked about it? And I talk about it all the time. I praise it all the time. So I might do a little review of it, but we'll see. That's really going to be it, guys, for this one. I know, again, I rambled on a little bit at the end here. We had some stuff to talk about for page updates, but hopefully you guys enjoyed checking out these lovely ladies. And I know it was a waifu week. It's my favorite kind. But if you guys did like the video, do me a solid. Click the like, the subscribe, and the share button. Spread the nerdiness. Follow on all the social medias. The links are down in the description below. And we'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.